Girl, you can even fit an iron, okay? Don't think small, think big. Hi dolls, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Imani. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're back with another video today. Today we are talking all about the Louis Vuitton Neverfull bag. Now, I first purchased this bag December 19th, 2021 at 3:42 p.m. I ordered it online. I then picked it up in store December 26th, 2021, so the day after Christmas. And today is November 26, 2022. So I've had the bag for approximately 11 months, so almost a year. So I figured since we're approaching the Christmas season, the gift-giving season, that I would do a one-year review to discuss what I like about the bag, what I don't like, pros, cons, regrets, and if I think you should purchase this bag for yourself or your loved one this holiday season. And I would put the bag up here to display it for you guys, but it's too big to fit. So the Neverfull bag is essentially an everyday tote bag that came onto the scene in the early 2000s, and it has really grown in popularity ever since. And today is one of the most popular, if not the most popular handbag at Louis Vuitton. And more than a decade after its release, like, it is still constantly, you guys, sold out both in-store and online. When I purchased mine, it took a week, like every day straight for a week of me going online, day, night, all times in between, before the bag actually became available to purchase. So it took a lot of work to even order the bag off rip, okay? But I knew that I always wanted this bag. It's kind of like an initiation bag for a lot of corporate girlies, when you get your first big girl job or that first big promotion, but also in news, it's like the news anchor initiation bag. I know you guys have heard me talk about that before, because we have a lot of stuff we have to take into work with us every day, so it just kind of became like one of the most popular bags for news anchors to use as their work bag also. So now that I have had the bag for almost a year and I have used it almost every day for an entire year, I figured I would hop on here to share my thoughts because I have a lot to say, okay? Okay, so for the quick nuts and bolts of the bag, this is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM size. It is coated canvas with leather accents. And again, it is the GM size. I paid $1,900 for this after taxes. And GM basically means it's the largest size. So they have PM, which is the smallest. It stands for like petite. Then they have MM, which is like medium. And then GM, which is like grand or large, the big one. So yeah, and again, I paid, it was like 17 something. But after taxes, it was $1,897 and some change. And then it's got the red bloody guts inside, but you can mix and match with the different styles and fabric depending on what you like. Now this bag is called the Neverfull because it is seriously never full. You can fit so much in this bag. You can fit a laptop, a small blanket, a straightener, a book, a small pouch, a wallet, a coffee mug, a coffee tumbler. Girl, you can even fit an iron, okay?
Do you have any books in this book bag? Of course I do. Yeah, oh, wait, that was the travel iron.
Don't think small, think big.
You think it's small. We need to be thinking big.
And there is still room for so much more in here, okay? Like, this thing is never full, for real. The bag also comes with this super cute little pouch, which you can keep in the bag as a separate organizer, or you can use it as a separate little small handbag. So when I'm considering buying a handbag, I'm normally looking at 5 different categories, right? Sensibility or versatility, longevity, style, comfort, and price. So I like to look at those categories when I'm thinking about purchasing a bag, or even thinking about if I would purchase it again or recommend it to a friend or family member. So for versatility, I would give this bag a 9 out of 10. It is very versatile. You can use this bag in so many different ways for so many different occasions. You can use it as a work bag. You can use it as a travel bag. You can use it as a beach bag, a gym bag. You can dress it up or down, day or night, for different occasions. So the bag itself is pretty versatile. So I'll give them that. For sensibility, I would give it an 8 out of 10. And here's why. One of the reasons is that we've got this huge, ginormous tote bag and this one little itty bitty pocket inside, one singular pocket. What am I supposed to do with that? You know, most people, I feel like, buy this bag because they are attracted to the space and they want to use it to pack a lot of things. So I just feel like it would have helped them to add a few more pockets for organizational purposes. And so I actually had to go on Amazon and buy a bag organizer that comes with zippers and pockets in different compartments so that I could separate my items in the bag. Because, like, what do you want me to do? You want me to hop in, dive, and swim around to look for my things in there? Not gonna happen. Okay, so they could have added an extra pocket in here, because this one pocket, no. I also knocked off a point for sensibility because of these straps, which we're going to talk about the straps more in depth in just a minute, because I have some things to say about these straps. But the straps are really like thin or small, and I get it, like for style purposes is why they did it, but I feel like for a bag this size, it would have helped if these straps were just a little bit wider, just a little bit thicker. So 8 out of 10 for sensibility. And then I didn't necessarily knock off a point for sensibility for this particular note, but I did still want to mention it. The bag is huge, you guys, okay? And it took me a little while to get used to the like circumference of it. And I didn't realize like I was accidentally like bumping into people with this bag the first week, like in line at the grocery store and stuff. Like I'm turning around like, oop, like, sorry, Bookie, you don't have to speak up. Like, okay, so after a while, like, I learned how to maneuver with it, but yeah, it can just be a little bit bigger than you might expect. So take that into consideration if you are thinking about buying the bag. Okay, so next up I want to talk about comfort and longevity. So for comfort, I give the bag a 9 out of 10. The bag is really comfortable, especially for its large size, and I like that I could really fill it up to the brim and it carries the weight effortlessly. Like you saw how much at the beginning of this video, how many different things I put inside the bag. If I wanted to just put it on my shoulder and walk out like that with the iron and everything, girl, I'd be fine. Now, I did knock off a point because if you do fill it up too much over time, over extended periods of time, I feel like the straps can become a little bit uncomfortable and dig into your skin right here on the shoulder a little bit. And again, I think that just goes back to the straps being a little too thin for the size of this bag. And I think a bit of a wider strap would have fixed that problem. So I knock off a point for that. Now, when it comes to longevity, I am both impressed and concerned with the longevity. So I am impressed, I won't lie, with how this bag has held up for the most part over this year. It's been a year, and for the most part it still looks brand new. You know, if something does get on the coated canvas, it's easy to like wipe off. It's just held up really well. Now the problem I have is the straps, okay? So now listen, I'm not even going to hold y'all. I'm known as a filler. I fill my bags up. And I knew I wanted the largest size in this bag, and I wanted this bag because I knew I wanted something heavy duty that can work as a work bag that I could use every day, that I can fill up, and that would last me. So that's why I wanted the bag in the first place. Now, for the most part, it does okay. But I noticed, and I'm going to show you guys a close-up shot of this one section on the straps. I noticed that about a week or two ago, these straps started to peel in 2 places on the handles. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Imani, you're just filling your bag up too much, or you're being too hard on it, and if you just ease up, it'll be fine. No, that's not it. Because, you know, the straps are not breaking. They're not breaking in. It's not wear and tear like what you would normally see with straps. It's just the side of it is randomly peeling. And so I thought to myself, Imani, you have been really good with this bag. You've been taking great care of it. There's no way that you're just like manhandling it and tearing this bag up. So I'm part of this Facebook group. And you guys know I keep a good Facebook group about me. I've told you about 2 in my videos so far. This one is called Brown Girls in Luxury, and we just talk about all things luxury in there. So anyways, something told me to just check the group to see if other women were having the same problem with their bag. So I went in the group and I searched Neverfull straps. And lo and behold, there were dozens of women saying that their bags were randomly peeling. The straps of the bag were randomly peeling in the same places as mine. And some women had their bag even for a shorter amount of time than me, like maybe a few months. So at that point, I knew it was a problem. And I was reading some of the comments, and some of the girls said that their SA, which is a shopping assistant who basically just helps you have a more private, customized and enjoyable shopping experience in luxury stores, like they pretty much cater to you and help you out with anything you need, and you develop a relationship with them over time. So they said that their SAs had actually told them that this was a known defect with the Neverfull bag, the peeling straps. And so they offered them that they could do a repair, send the bag off to get repaired, or do an in-store exchange for the same bag or another bag that's the same price or of lesser value. So some girls just traded their bag in and got a different bag that was the same price or a little bit cheaper. Some girls sent their bags off for repairs, but a lot of girls don't like to do that, myself included, because it can take like 6 months to get your bag back. So that's like, if you use it as an everyday bag, a work bag, that's 6 months you don't have your bag. So that's too long. And a lot of girls did in-store exchanges. So as I was about to film this video this morning, I said, let me call my SA. So I called him up, I explained the problem to him. He was pretty much like, yeah, we're aware. Why don't you come into the store? And he said I could come. Well, I really needed to go today or tomorrow, but I don't have time. So I'm gonna go in a few days. Early next week, this upcoming week. But he said, come into the store because they have to look at it in person. And he said, if it's just like a little bit of problems on the strap, we can do an in-store exchange for you free of charge. So I would just give them this bag back and get a new one. Or if it's too much damage, then they would need to send it off to be repaired. And judging by how this bag looks, in my opinion, I could just do an in-store exchange. And I appreciate Louis Vuitton for making that option available because it is an expensive bag and it shouldn't be peeling like this when I've had it for less than a year. So I appreciate that they're addressing the issue and they found what I deem a suitable solution. But for me, because this bag does have sentimental value, I would have loved to just be able to keep this specific one because it has value and memories attached to it. Like I took this on the first day of my new job. Like it's just been with me through like some major life moments. And so it would be great to just be able to have straps that work on this one and keep this specific one. But I appreciate the fact that they would offer me a new one if there is an issue, free of charge. So yeah, for longevity, I'm knocking off some points for that just because if I'm paying $2,000 for a bag, I would like the straps to hold up for more than a year. So yeah. Oh, and then while we're on the topic, I also did want to mention, if you're having a problem with your bag and you take it to like an independent leather craftsman to work on, and then you try to take it back to Louis Vuitton to get worked on, Louis Vuitton will not accept it. They will not work over somebody else's work. So you either have to stick with that craftsman or stick with the brand and Louis Vuitton and have them fix it, but you can't do both. So keep that in mind. Also, when I was talking to my SA about the strap issues with this bag, he was like, you didn't get the bag hot stamped, did you? And I was like, no, not yet. And that saved me. So hot stamped is when people like put their initials like here on the bag or like different lettering somewhere on the bag, and they get it hot stamped onto the bag. So basically, if your bag is hot stamped or customized in any way, you cannot, like, you're not eligible to do an in-store bag exchange, and they can only send it off for repair because obviously, you know, unless someone has your exact initials, they're not going to want to buy that bag. So just keep that in mind. If you think you ever will want to do an in-store exchange, you might not want to get your bag customized or hot stamped. So yeah. So the final two categories I want to talk about are style and price. So for style, I think, you know, what this bag is, I give it a 10 out of 10. Like, it's in its own lane. I think they nailed it. While Louis Vuitton cannot trademark checkered bags, you know, if you see someone walking down the street in front of you with a checkered bag, it's probably the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. Like, it really is the blueprint for a good classic staple handbag to have in your collection. It was in style 10 years ago, it's in style now, it's going to be in style 10 years from now. And you can't really put a price on that, right? And so I love like how effortless this bag is, how classic and timeless it is. It matches seamlessly with any outfit you can possibly dream up to wear with it. You can dress it up, dress it down. It goes perfectly in almost every scenario and occasion. So for style, yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10, especially the coated canvas, especially in this color. Like, it's really hard to stain, scratch, or get dirty. And if you do, just simply wiping it off will probably clean it up and have it good as new. And yeah, I think it's just an effortless, timeless piece, and can really just be a statement piece on its own if you want. So I think they really nailed it with this one. Now, I know I mentioned you can't really put a price on a timeless handbag classic, but since we're talking about prices, honey, let's get into the final category, okay? So for pricing, I give this bag like a 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5, 8 out of 10. Look, okay, so I paid $1,900 for the bag in December of last year. It is now November the following year, and the bag before taxes is a little more than $2,000. So after taxes, it's probably about $2,100. So a little bit of a price increase there, right? And here's the thing with this. I think that the bag is worth the price for the most part. Would I buy it again for $1,900? Yes. Would I even buy it for $2,000? Probably so. My problem with the price increase is this. They're continuing to raise the price of this bag. And I don't know why. I don't know if they're doing it because all the other luxury brands are doing price increases and they want to stay up on game. I don't know if they're doing it because it's a popular bag and they know people will pay for it, whatever the cost anyways, or if it's because of inflation or something else. But in my opinion, the bag is not improving as the price increases. So if they were raising the price and then saying, hey, we added an extra pocket or compartment in there for you, or we even fixed the strap defect, and then raise the prices, I could justify that. But to be offering the same bag time and again and just raising the price seemingly just because, that's not gonna work for me. So, yeah, and to be honest, because I have some Louis Vuitton bags from back in the day, I would even argue that the quality was a little bit better back in the day when the prices were cheaper. So I can't justify the price increase really, but like I mentioned, it is a good bag. So would I buy it again at $1,900? Yes. Would I even buy it at the $2,000 price today? Probably so. Would I buy it for $2,500? That's a bit much. So yeah, I'm knocking off a few points for pricing just because I think if they're going to raise the price, and the customer is expected to pay more, the customer should be getting more out of the bag each time. So to wrap this video up, we discussed 5 different categories that I use to determine if I should purchase a bag or if a bag is worth it. So looking back over all of those categories, my overall score for this bag, the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, is a 9 out of 10. Yay! So the bag is not perfect, but it's close, okay? And that's what matters. Listen, I have used this bag, like I mentioned, almost every day. I use it Monday through Friday, every day for almost a year now, and it is still in pristine condition. And yeah, like I mentioned, I would buy the bag again. The only true issue that I have with the bag is the straps, like I mentioned earlier, and Louis Vuitton has a solution for that. As far as what I'm going to do about that with my bag, like I mentioned, I use this bag every day, so I don't see myself sending it off for a long period of time for repair, and I am leaning towards the in-store exchange, but I will be going there in a few days to have them look over the bag and see what they can do for me. So I will try to remember to vlog that for you guys and give you an update on what I decide to do about that. But yeah, overall, like, I love this bag. It is just amazing, all of the different uses I get out of it. So I definitely highly recommend this bag as a Christmas purchase for yourself, or if there's a fashionista or just someone in your life that's looking for a durable, reliable, elegant, stylish, classic, timeless, staple handbag that you know that they're going to love and be able to use in different scenarios for 10 years plus, then you should definitely consider marking this one off your list this year. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I mentioned, I will update you guys with what I decide to do with my bag and what that process is like in my next vlog, most likely. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, if you're considering purchasing it, or what other bags you are eyeing for this Christmas. Okay, bye, see you in my next video.